This is Mac Monroe, and for this week I thought we would talk about something that maybe you are thinking about too. And that thing is what we refer to as nostalgia, right? Nostalgia. So people might say, well, I'm nostalgic for the old times. Or you might see people referring to things that are old as nostalgic. It's a really interesting word, and I think since we've all come up with a whole new lexicon of words during COVID 19, things like COVID 19, coronavirus, pivot, what else is a big word? Social distancing. The one that really annoys me is new normal. New normal. Maybe it's just I'm tired of all the words. But nostalgia, I think, is one that we have to start thinking about because it's really going to impact our ability to move forward for whatever that's going to look like for us. So nostalgia actually is a Greek word, and it's two parts of it. So the first part is what we call nostos, and that means return, and then algos, which means pain. So when we think about nostalgia, that's like return to the pain. That's pretty creepy, isn't it? Return to the pain. And right now, so many of us have our lives upended. I think it really hit me this past weekend when I started to realize that I'm probably not going to be getting on an airplane anytime soon. And so what I did, and maybe it was symbolic, is I moved my Southwest Airlines app off of my home screen. So this is the one that opens up, right? So I love reading USA Today, and that's my wife's button. So if she's pissed at me, I can make sure I call and apologize. I like looking at my Instagram. Calm is what I use when I go to sleep, as meditations and whatever. Amazon, of course. TaxMile, when I drive to my office every day now, I can count those miles. LinkedIn, and of course, photos. And what's missing here is my Southwest app. I used to go to that thing all the time because I'd constantly be traveling. And I have to say that a big part of me kind of misses it. But another part of me doesn't miss it anymore. And so I was thinking about it yesterday, and so I started doing a little research on nostalgia. And really, there's two types of nostalgia. There is what we call restorative, and then there is reflective. Reflective means we look back on a period of time before us and we think about it. Oftentimes we miss it, we long for it. But that's pretty much where it stays. We look back, but then we also know that we have to look forward. Restorative is a little different, and it's actually a little bit more dangerous. And I think we have to think about this. Restorative means we're going to work hard to recreate what we've lost, and we're going to work to try to make things like they used to be in the old days. And that's not really going to work very well. And so in my case, I thought about the past. The past was I would pretty much be gone all the time and flying everywhere. And it was really interesting because back in those days, I complained because I didn't like getting up early in the morning, but I also loved the fact that I could be the road warrior. And people would say, oh, you're the road warrior. You really travel all the time and all this. And it's like a badge of courage, a badge of honor. And I would look at all my Southwest points and I would see my companion pass and get all them free drink coupons. And, it was really good. And I remember thinking, boy, I just got to keep this up because if I'm going to fly, I want to make sure I'm not stuck in boarding in the C group and all that other stuff. And yet it's gone. And I'm thinking it's probably not going to come back. So it really helped for me not to be burdened with that. And sometimes when we think about the restorative, it's kind of like us having this big rock that we're carrying, right? This great big old thing. This poor little guy here, look at this. He's having to carry that. And what he's trying to carry is he's carrying the old life. Like, I miss getting to the airport and having people know me by name. I miss being able to board right up front. I miss going to the hotel and they know me by name. I miss. I want to get it back. And guess what? It's not coming back. And if it does come back, it's going to be a long time. And even when it does come back, it's going to be different. And the other possibility is it comes back and you're not going to want it anymore. And so I think it's really important this week that as we start to realize there will be some sort of new, I hate to say it because I'm using the word again, the new normal, we got to be ready for it. And by being ready for it, what it means is we can look back to the old days and we can say, yeah, those were some good old days. But you know what? We're now moving here to what's new. And the best thing that we can all do is unload this thing, right? Because all this is us trying to carry it with us, and we can't. We have no idea what this is going to be like here. We know absolutely what we used to have. So this week, why not start thinking about that? What can we do to start preparing for this by paying respect to what happened right here, but not putting it up on our shoulders like this? Because you can't go very far like this. This is going to be a miserable existence. So this week, let's think about that. What from my past do I want to look back on and recognize and appreciate? What pieces can we actually take with us? But don't try to take the whole thing with you. You're just not going to last. And who knows what's up here? It could be great opportunities. It could be more issues, more problems. The bottom line is we will face those problems a whole lot easier if we're not carrying this up on our back. So this week, think about what you can do to give nostalgia its proper place and use a more reflective approach. That's my plan. I'm going to work hard on it. I hope you'll join me. Thanks so much for tuning in.